Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It is now time. Well, it's St. Paddy's Day, so it's all Irish themed.
You're going to have to make me go to the bathroom.
Yep.
If you keep talking about
it. And it is now time for Binge-worthy. And tonight, we are,
Do you want me to move down?
Yeah, could you a little bit? We'll move over.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. We're like crammed in the corner on Periscope. All right, there we go. I feel like it's, Charlie McCarthy here, and I'm working.
Yes.
All right, or a Muppet.
Molly, we should have had you watch this show so you could have done it with us.
Yeah, Molly, way to fail. So, all right, we are going to do a show that only Martha and I have seen. Chris is not with us tonight.
Wait, has anyone in the audience seen Moone Boy?
Has anybody seen Moone Boy?
It's an Irish show on Hulu. Chris O'Dowd's show.
Mom, would you like to join us up here? You want to talk about it?
Okay,
all right.
So
we're talking about Moone Boy. It's a show on Hulu. It stars. Go ahead.
Chris O'Dowd.
She's a little verklempt.
My love. He co-wrote, co-starred, and it's based on his childhood, which is really fun. And actually, in an interview, he said that that all of the experiences on the show are ones that he has personally had. So when I think
of
that, the Altar Boy Mafia. That kills me, knowing that happened to him.
Well, and don't you wonder if, because it's him with his family. He's the youngest boy.
And he has girls. He only had, older sisters.
But you wonder if he had the sisters, and, the oldest sister gets pregnant and then has Desi, and, they get married. And, you wonder, did all of that, is that all based on his real life? Does he have an older sister? That's crazy.
That all of the experiences have actually happened to him.
It's amazing.
So there you go. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay.
So
excited.
It's about a 12-year-old boy named Martin who has an imaginary friend who is played by Chris O'Dowd, and so no one on the show can see him or hear him except Martin. Martin. It kind of makes me want to do that. Wrong Martin. And so it takes place in Boyle, in County Roscommon, in the late 80s, early 90s. And, oh, my gosh, the sisters' outfits and it is so dead on. And and
it doesn't feel like a throwback, like they're making fun of it. It just seems like you're just watching a show from that time.
Yeah.
It's just real. And
they have a lot of animation throughout it.
But it's hilarious.
Really, really interesting animation.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be that Martin, who is the Chris O'Dowd character, it's supposed to be his drawings kind of coming to life, because he's always sketching and doodling and stuff. So you see these doodles come to life every once in a while. But they're great. You want to watch these doodles the whole time.
Yes. And it began filming in 2012 on location in Boyle. So he wanted to make sure that...
Now, is that where he's from?
Yes. And so he wanted to make sure that they actually...
Amazing.
Had it all take place where the experiences actually happened. They have... I don't know. Let's see how many shows. They have...
Well, it's 2 seasons. I would guess that we're at between 12 and 14 episodes.
6 episodes in season 1, and season 2 has 6 episodes as well. And now they're just season 3, 6
coming out. It hasn't hit Hulu yet, because I look at it. I love this show. I look at least once a week when I'm looking on Hulu. I'll go by the Moone Boy thing to see if it says new episodes, because I love it. I think it's great.
Chris O'Dowd actually directs all of the episodes in the 3rd season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he directs every single one, and he writes every single one. Through the whole series, he writes them all, but he directs every single episode in the 3rd season. And I don't even know what to say.
Okay.
It's so good.
It's the thing is, it could very easily be like a Wonder Years type thing when you start talking about it's his experiences, but then he has this imaginary friend, and you're like, okay, well, maybe he has these dialogues, but it's not. It's something different than all of that. It does have that Wonder Years quality in that it is showing a slice of his life and this childhood that you can relate to.
Very dysfunctional.
Yet at the same time, it's like these ideas are like blown out. Like for example, they live in this house, and in the backyard there's this big rock wall. On the other side is his grade school. And he figures out, like he's looking out and he's like, it would be so much easier if we just punched through this wall. So he spends like all this time like chipping away at this wall till he finally gets through enough that he can just cut through to go to school that way. And then they find out like, you like ruined the wall. What did you do here? And it's just like you watch it, just like it's so funny, it's so creative.
And they have
I'm
no
sure
money.
he did that. Yeah, they're broke.
His dad's a sign painter, and
I love the characters on it.
No, I'm trying to see how you say
that
they
mom
won,
is not the mom from Commitments. I said it was.
I just agree with you to make you stop.
The one from Commitments.
I didn't know if it was true or not.
The one from Commitments is on Pram Face.
Yeah.
That's the other one that we watch.
Yeah, we love Pram
She's really
Face.
great on that. But this, like, I love the mom. I love the dad. The sisters are amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
The best part, though, is he has this best friend, Porrick.
I'm going to look up how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're saying Porrick. And he's this, chubby little kid who also has an imaginary friend. And they talk about him as if they're real people, but Sean, Chris O'Dowd, can't communicate with Porrick. And Porrick.
Porrick.
Yeah. Okay. He can't communicate with Porrick's imaginary friend. But they're always in the same space. So the two imaginary friends talk, and they're like, oh, do you believe this?
And they wrestle, and the one is like a Mexican wrestler.
Yeah, the one wears like a gold Mexican wrestler outfit.
It's awesome. It is awesome.
And what's really funny is like...
He's a big, fat, overweight white guy, and he's just like...
But there'll be scenes...
Mexican wrestler outfit.
There are scenes every once in a while where you'll see like Martin, and he's talking to people, or maybe he's talking to Sean, and way in the background, you'll see Porrick and this guy... like doing wrestling moves like this, but they're not. They're just like way in the background, and they don't even make reference to it.
It's just happening.
It's just like he's goofing around with his imaginary friend way in the background. Like everything normal's here, and you see these two like, oh my gosh, it kills me. I love this guy, though, with the wrestling outfit.
I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of him.
Are you trying to find a picture? That'll play well over
Well, it will.
podcast.
I don't care. I'll show everybody else.
So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen the show... It's really rich. It's really funny. It's not like when we first watched it, our feeling was Molly was a little too young. Molly is just about 9. And I think that but it might be.
It has adult themes.
It has adult themes, but I think that like she has gotten into she's at the age now where she can watch Parks and Recreation with us. We might have to explain a few things, but she loves it. So I think she's at the age where, for her, she could watch Moon Boy. I don't know if every kid would connect to it.
Or every parent would want them
or every parent
exposed to that.
Because, I mean, they're Irish, so they swear at each other, and some of the subject matters are a little tough. But then, like, her seeing there's an episode where his whole dream is to become an altar boy. And, like, they show this group of altar boys, and, like, they play it up like they are just the greatest. And as the episode goes on, it really becomes a parody of Goodfellas because these altar boys are like they're the altar boy mafia. And they're like shaking down the pews, getting money for lost change and all that. And they give a percentage of it to Dez, who's the piano player at the church.
He's like the worship leader,
and
so they have to.
We got to answer to him.
He extorts them, and so they have to pay him a certain percentage of.
Well, no, that's what they say. But then at the end, you find out Dez is like, well, no, they hand me this envelope with the change. I just put it in the collection plate at the end. He's like, I don't know. These guys have like this whole mafia fantasy, but it's really funny because he's like idolizing him, and Porrick had quit because of the corruption. Like they go in this whole thing, and then at the very end, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's so funny. The whole thing is great. I could watch it all day.
Yes.
So, well, this was quite the binge-worthy. I think we're spoiling the end of this show.
No, we're not.
So you're still looking stuff up, huh?
I'm trying to find his picture.
Another highlight of the show, it's only 12 episodes, so it's not like, I mean, they're only a half hour each, so it's not like we're like, whoa, you're going to spend hours and hours and hours. It's not that long. But the theme song to it is like, I wrote a punk song.
It's right here. "Where's Me Jumper."
It was
and it's
a song.
One of my favorite songs now. But it's by the Sultans of Ping FC.
Yes, but they call it Where's Me Jumper, and I think it was, I want to say it was a punk song. It doesn't sound like punk music, but it is kind of that, like it was Irish punk music maybe.
Can we get in trouble for playing it?
I don't know. Yeah, we can't play it, but we can say it's Where's Me Jumper, Where's Me Jumper.
Well, why are you allowed to do that?
Because that doesn't sound like the song.
Oh.
But it's got this great animation at the beginning. Even if you just watch the beginning with the drawings and hear the song, you will see how like it just sucks you right in. It's great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the song is hilarious. The drawings. Sean will dress the way. I can't think of the boy's name now.
Pork?
I lost it. Not Pork. Martin. Sean will dress like Martin a lot. So like Martin is going to school and he's got his jacket on and he's got his red stocking cap. And Sean will have the same red stocking cap on.
Yeah, they dress exactly alike.
Yeah, it's and like the sisters will be saying something horrible to Martin, and Martin's just like, and Sean's saying like, that's right. Like he's always like, it's so funny. He doesn't always side with Martin, but he usually is protecting Martin.
And he'll do things like Martin will be trying to get dressed or something, and he'll be going, oh, yeah, do that. That's a good look. And just encouraging him to do horrible things,
But then every once in a while, like let's say he does that. Like he'll say, I mean, this would be an example that probably didn't exist, but like he's getting dressed. And he'll go like, he's usually protecting him, like saying, oh, yeah, like he's the mind of Martin. But then, like, he might say, like, he'll put on, like, an orange vest, and he'll go, oh, yeah, that's great. And then he'll look at, like, kind of to the side, like, ooh, that's a terrible idea. So you're getting this, like, fourth wall breaking sort of, where even his subconscious knows these are bad ideas, even though he's the kid's subconscious. It's great.
It's very clever.
So is there anything else you want to highlight from this? Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, we talked about the animation, and we talked
okay. So when we get into these shows, when we do binge-worthy, we have a criteria that we go with where we say, number one, is it binge-worthy? And by that, do you binge it out, watch it all at once, or should you space it out? We have, it's worth the watch, but there are certain shows it's not worth going through and watching like in one sitting. And then there's some that are just don't bother, which because we're picking these right now, the audience isn't picking them for us, thank God. We are picking things that, yes, we want to watch. Mm-hmm. So even though we have had, I can think of one where we weren't thrilled. We were like, eh. So where does this fall for you, Martha?
I would definitely say it's binge-worthy, and you can just sit and watch it. It is very lighthearted. It's very fun. It's not one that's going to be depressing or feel like I'm trying to get through it, but I need a break. You could sit and
She's
totally...
talking True Detective when she says that.
I always base everything on True Detective.
Yeah, you watch one episode of True Detective, you got to go get some therapy, then you can watch the next one.
Yeah.
Maybe a little medication.
So this is a really light one. If you're in between binges...
But it's not mindless. It's
funny.
funny.
It's really well done. But if you want something that's let's say you've already binged something sort of heavier and you're looking for something quick and light, you can do a season of this and then move on to whatever you're doing now. It's a great
When we
filler.
you weren't here for this, but Chris and I did IT Crowd. It's similar to IT Crowd, where IT Crowd is really funny, easy to binge right through. That's how this is. I say it's binge it.
Yes.
Don't space it out. Binge it.
Absolutely.
Because one season, at most, it's 3 hours. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it's Sunday night. Walking Dead's not on right now. You go like, what are we going to watch tonight? Well, we could start watching, something. That night, take 3 hours, watch the entire first season of Moon Boy. I guarantee by the next weekend you will have binged the second season and gone, dang it, where's the third season? Because I didn't know there was one in production. So it's really that good. I think so.
Yeah, the fourth season is finished.
All right, so
I think.
We don't even have to do much. Now, you guys haven't seen this, right? So everybody, because we don't have a show this weekend, now you know you have an assignment to binge Moon Boy. And Molly, you'll get to watch it. See?
Until we watch it and go, I forgot that was in there. Ooh,
Yep.
This is dirt. Okay, it's turned off.
Yeah, that won't happen.
We'll see.
All right, so that's it officially for St. Patrick's Day. In honor of Chris O'Dowd and St. Patrick's Day, we did Moon Boy, and it gets a full-on binge-worthy. Let's call it full-on.
It's Chris O'Dowd.
Yep, but it's binge-worthy. binge right through it.
That's all.
That's
I have
it, everybody.
to say.
Thank you, Blue Box. Thank you, everybody. That's it for Binge Worthy for tonight.